My parents, 37F and 30M, are telling me, 17M, to not report me as a potential COVID-19 case to avoid quarantine. Not sure what to do. Last Friday, I went to work like normal in the hot kitchen as the dishwasher/food prep. I left 4 hours later with a low-grade fever at 100F. The next morning, I was at 102.9F and throughout the day my fever went down. My mom told me that I had the flu and I was fine. It made sense, but something told me that something was wrong. As it turns out, all my symptoms also matched with COVID-19 symptoms. While I haven't lost my sense of taste, never had a sense of smell, unless it's strong and pungent, I did have a fever, sore throat, muscle aches, chills, and a headache. Yesterday, 1/3, I had another low-grade fever, marking 3 days I have had a fever. My mom has been making me drink nothing but water and Gatorades to keep me hydrated. Today, as I write this, it hurts to breathe, and if I walk for a little bit, even to the bathroom, it feels like my lungs are screaming for air, like you do when you run for a long time, but to a lesser degree. When I lie down, I can take normal breaths fine, but deep ones I feel a mild pain in my lungs. When I told my mom I probably have COVID, she told me that she couldn't have any more time off from work. My sister's quarantine from over 1 month ago depleted my mom's sick leave, and she told me that she couldn't take any time off without using vacation time. My dad told me he will go insane under another quarantine. What makes this even worse is that my mom thinks I'm exaggerating and wants to send me to school tomorrow. It scares me because my honors chemistry teacher is 79 and a 3x cancer survivor, so his immune system is basically shot. This is his last year. They have even gone as far as to give me a cover story, telling the school I fell on my back at work and that's why I am off today. I took my temp and no fever, but the headache is still there and my throat is still very sore with the aforementioned lung problems. In all my years living in the Rockies, I have never had lung issues. I'm at a loss as to what I do here. Do I ignore everything and risk infecting my chemistry teacher and others? Do I risk the possibility of not having COVID and pissing off my parents for faking? What do I do here? Reddit. For additional info on the breathing pain, I'll put it on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the worst pain possible. Normal breathing, 0.2. Deep breaths, 2. Walking, 2. Edit. This is my stepfather. My bio dad was murdered. He was 18. Please stop thinking my mom is a pervert. Update. My doctor told my mom and I that it is more than likely COVID-19. He ordered a test immediately. He condoned me for self-isolating for 3 days. As for my breathing, it's gotten better throughout today and the only symptom left is just a headache. My doctor recommended the COVID vaccine once it rolls out for the general public sometime around March/May for my county. My mom is currently ranting about the doctor right now, mainly on the vaccine and how false negatives are BS, how she refuses to get it and won't allow my children to take something that is going to kill millions of people because it's not ready. For the next week, I will be under self-isolation. Thanks for all your advice, most of which would have been last-ditch efforts. Oh my god, please don't go to school. Just don't go. Well, let's just go over this simply. Your parents are putting you in a terrible position due to their selfishness. Yeah, another quarantine would be awful, but killing someone would be much worse. This is how you get fined. This is why this virus is still getting around. Stand your ground and tell them no. It's tough due to your age, but this is just a shitty thing for them to do. If they force you into school, I'd just tell someone before going inside. Chest pain means your lungs are probably compromised, and even if you are young and think it won't kill you, long-lasting side effects will F you up. Have one of your friends report it if you don't feel comfortable, but you cannot go to school tomorrow. Even if it's just the flu, you shouldn't go to school tomorrow. It sucks that your country doesn't give extra time off if you suspect you're exposed/infected, but they'll just have to live with it. What are your chances of getting tested soon? I'm watching my boyfriend slowly become a terrible person. Sorry if this post is worded weirdly, I'm a bit of a wreck. I feel so horrible. That's the only way I can describe it. I don't remember the last time I genuinely felt happy to be living. I've been in love with the same guy since I was like 14, we're 19 and 20 now. Guess it's codependent as fuck, but he really did just make my life so much more worthwhile. He's always been so kind too. The amount of shit he's done for me is ridiculous. Just so fucking smart too. Life of the party everywhere he goes. Genuinely gorgeous, hilarious, etc., etc., etc. Just an exceptional example of a human, and now he just isn't. It's like he's dead and been replaced or some shit. He's outwardly cruel to me, not physically, thank God. Rude to strangers. Rude about strangers. Randomly hateful towards certain groups. Looks fucking mad at all times. His body language is so much more aggressive now. When he speaks to people he used to think the world of, it all seems so fake, like he's having to hide how much they piss him off just for existing. He hardly smiles around me anymore. I don't know why he hasn't left. He seems to borderline hate me. Sex used to be incredible and now he just uses me for a while then goes to sleep. Last night he was telling me I'd put on weight, like 5 pounds, and how disgusting I was going to look if I carried on. Literally out of nowhere. What do I even say to that? Don't know why I'm still here either. I keep trying to seriously talk to him and I just get laughed at, told to fuck off or argued with in some way. I guess I'm just waiting for this to pass and the person I love to come back. I know it's stupid and naive, but I can't help it. He wouldn't have abandoned me if this was the other way round and a year ago. I'm just so disappointed. We both had beyond shitty childhoods and I always admired him for being so fucking great in spite of that. He can't keep this up forever, can he? Eventually something's gonna give. He must be going through some really terrible internal shit to be acting like this. This relationship sounds over. He isn't showing any kind of care for you and uses your body for sex. It's not some terrible internal shit. That's sadly just his true personality. People go through a lot of changes up until the age of 25 and he's changing into an asshole. It's time to cut him loose because he's not what you need. He may be going through stuff but that is not an excuse to treat you or other this way and you know it. Whether he's dealing with emotional conflict, drugs, whatever it may be he is dealing with, it does not give him the right to tell you to fuck off, use you as a walking fleshlight, or tell you you're gonna look horrible what. Sis, he is straight up disrespecting you to your face and treating you like crap. And let's be honest, this behavior doesn't stop. It gets worse over time unless the person themselves realizes what they're doing is wrong and are willing to change. You don't have to be treated like garbage for someone else to feel better. That's not a healthy relationship. Don't stay with someone who is not willing to listen to your concerns and work on them. Don't stay with someone who doesn't respect you. Doesn't matter how long you've been together. I just broke off a 3-year relationship with a dude I would've died for. But I knew he didn't respect or treated me right. I knew I loved him and I wanted to spend all my life with him, but self-respect and self-love is worth so much more in the long run. He doesn't have to be the one for life and he shouldn't be the one for life if this is how he is. Please think things through and tell your brain this isn't good for you. Talk to yourself as if you were talking to a girlfriend going through the same thing. If you wouldn't stand for someone else treating your friend or sister or whoever this way, don't stand for it yourself. Good luck. He sounds really bitter. And, as the saying goes, misery loves company. Don't let him pull you down. And remember, you can't change someone who won't change themselves. Good luck. Now he just fleshlights me for a while then goes to sleep. Last night he was telling me I'd put on weight, like 5 pounds, and how disgusting I was going to look if I carried on. This relationship is over. I called the police on my boyfriend's brother for taking my car. So I live with my boyfriend's family. He has two brothers and his parents. Well, for 1 year we lived with them. We had no car, so we used his dad's car for groceries and stuff like that. They were rude to us, constantly hogging the car to the point we started walking everywhere because it was easier. For that year we had no car because I didn't have a job for medical reasons. Basically, if my boyfriend bought me a cookie and I wrote my name on it, they would still eat it because my boyfriend bought it and they didn't think he'd get mad not caring it was for me. It was with anything he bought me: food, makeup, cleaning supplies, sometimes even stole my clothes. It became very frustrating for a long time. Well, I got a job and I finally saved enough money to buy myself a car. Obviously it's my boyfriend's too, but if you look at it from a normal standpoint, it's mine. I bought it fully with my own money. It's under only my name. Pay for the car insurance. Everything is completely under my name. Well, both of his family's cars broke down last week, and they've been demanding for our car keys to go to work. But here's the thing, we both go in earlier than them for work, so we need it. And honestly, they treat me like total dog shit. I don't feel the need to give them something. I also refused because they are horrible drivers with tons of tickets and car accidents. Last night I left the keys on my PlayStation, which is right by the door to our bedroom. I woke up this morning and my keys are gone. His brothers snuck into our room and stole my car keys and took off with my car to work. So of course I blew up at his mom, who went into panic mode because this whole time they thought the car was my boyfriend's, not mine. So after realizing they fucked up bad, I called the police and reported my car stolen. 10 minutes later his brothers are arrested and my car back in my hands. My boyfriend is angry with me, but I really don't care much. I didn't do anything wrong. They were being unfair and ridiculous. Edit. Yes, I pay rent. I pay $900 a month along with electric and phone bills. I'm moving out in 3 months. I had to stay with them for medical expenses. And yes, his family is shit, but my boyfriend is a good man. Get out now. $900 a month for rent with roommates who steal from you is ridiculous. You can get a place with roommates who won't steal for the same amount with no issue. You're paying $900 a month to rent a single room, have your shit stolen, and get treated like shit, and your boyfriend doesn't stick up for you? Dump that loser. You can afford your own place, you can get a nice apartment for way less if you have no pets, and you'll be happier. Obviously it's my boyfriend's too. Never do that. I'm glad the brothers are in jail. They crossed their line from must be nice to I deserve this and found out that is not a fact. Stupid meat-headed fucking ignorant dipshits. One thing I will say, is this is now out of your hands. Once you reported it, it was no longer something that can be walked back. Surprisingly, I think for once this is a good thing. This isn't a teenager whose parents tried to punish them and only realized they've made a horrible mistake once the bracelets slapped closed. These absolute shitheels stole your car. They can demand all they fucking like. The moment they turned your key in your ignition and rolled out, they deserved every level of ass whooping possible under the color of law. Rent a storage unit, put your valuables in it. That PS3 might mysteriously vanish just like the keys did. Wait, is your PF paying $900 per month too? What city are you in that $1,800 per month for a room is reasonable? You need a new boyfriend. He should have been setting much better boundaries than this all along. You need to move out ASAP. Calling the cops was a bit nuclear, but these assholes deserved it. I only stay for 3 more months, and I wasn't going to call the cops. I simply asked them to return the car on their lunch break. His brothers refused and had the nerve to tell me they would be getting food on the way back, so figure out how to get to work. That's why I called. I wasn't putting up with it.